Good Tuesday to everybody. Thanks for clicking on to the European Outlook for the 5th of August. Storm Flores came, went, but has left a legacy of damage, but also significant power loss as well. Vogan Weather HQ is a victim of those power cuts. We remain without power at the house. And it looks as if, according to some reports, it looks as if the power may be out for as long as 2200 on Thursday evening. So we're going to have to make do for the next couple of days. But nevertheless, I'm sitting in the car using the hotspot off my phone. This is the latest visible satellite imagery showing Storm Flores now riding up the west coast of Norway. We've got a legacy of gusty west-northwesterly winds. We've got plenty of showers packing in on that northwesterly flow and feeling distinctly cool in the especially when you've got the cloud and the showers. Not too bad in the sunshine, but nevertheless, it is a blustery old day out there for many areas of the country. The associated frontal system from Flores is now moving into the eastern portions of Europe. We're seeing some gusty winds over southern portions of Norway, Sweden, across Denmark. Even into the Low Countries, we're seeing some gusty winds as well on the back side of this system. Looking at the current temperatures of Meteoseel, you can see the fresher air moving across the UK and Ireland into the Low Countries, Germany, Scandinavia starting to freshen up. Still holding on to some warmth over Finland, as you can see here, and then over eastern areas of Europe ahead of that frontal system associated with Flores. We're seeing some heat here. We're also seeing the warmth rebuild over portions of Spain and Portugal into France. That will edge into the southern UK, by the way, as we move towards Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend as well. You can see here, according to the weather online, or the weather outlook, should I say here, these are the temperatures for tomorrow afternoon according to the Met Office website, or model, should I say. I'll get there. You can see here 22, 23 Celsius during the course of tomorrow, 24, maybe 25 Celsius at the peak. And then as we move into the day on Thursday, we're generally talking about mid-20s. So the warmth is definitely going to be present. Even eastern areas of Scotland, where you've got a little bit of sunshine and shelter, we're going to see temperatures into the low 20s. But the fresher the further west you go over Scotland, as can be seen in the model here. But by the time we reach 15Z on Thursday, you can see here temperatures 22, 23, 24 Celsius. Getting into the day on Friday, and you can see here 25, 26. So not too bad at all for early August. A very comfortable warmth, it has to be said, for the southeast, given what we've seen during the month of June and July as well. And then as we get into the day on Saturday, you can see again this kind of northwest to southeast split in conditions. This is 15Z on Saturday. Got temperatures comfortably into the mid-20s widely across southern, central and eastern portions of England. But looking at some of the information coming out from Storm Flores, it was a notable summer storm for sure. It looks as if it is a joint top wind gust for Scotland. 82 miles per hour was recorded at Wick Airport up in Caithness. But we did also see, so that's provisionally the joint highest wind gust in Scotland for the month of August. But you can see here widespread hurricane force gusts anywhere from Tyree, Inverbervie. Tane range was close to 80 miles per hour, which is impressive for here. Kinloss 79, South Uist range 79, and in excess of 80 miles per hour up in the northeast corner of Scotland. Northern Ireland, incidentally, also equalled its August wind gust record of 66 at Orlock Head, putting it level with figures set back in 1962, 73 and 89. So interesting how those 3 years produced a gust of 66 miles per hour in the month of August. So moving on then, how we talked obviously about the temperatures over the next couple of days, especially warmth across the southeast. I failed to mention in yesterday's live stream, which you can check back at your leisure. Just click on the live tab on the channel and you can watch that video back. But this is the tropical Atlantic. We're now starting to see an uptick in in activity. That was expected as the lid came off the atmosphere thanks to the MJO moving into this part of the world. And lo and behold, like clockwork, we're starting to see development taking place. Obviously, we've got a dustier, sheer, but generally speaking, we're starting to see the environment become a little bit more conducive. We've actually got Tropical Storm Dexter, 40 mile per hour system, pressure at 1,005 millibars, moving in a northeast direction at 12 miles per hour. That may affect the northwest of the UK over the next week or so here. We've got a feature with a 40% chance off the southeast of the United States, and we've also got a feature over the main development region, something we've not really seen so far this season, but this is the time of the year as we progress through the month of August into September. That's when you tend to find the main development region becoming a little bit more active, more active waves coming off the African continent, riding east or westwards and developing over the warm tropical waters of the Atlantic basin. But it's the influence that this may have on the North Atlantic European pattern that is becoming more noteworthy. This was highlighted for some time, way back at the beginning of the summer season, mentioning that August was likely to become more influenced by the tropics. We've got 3 features to watch. And with regards to Dexter, if we look at this graphic right here, you can see that this feature is present. Let me just kind of double check this here actually. So Dexter's due east of the Mid-Atlantic region. And so therefore this feature right here would be Dexter. There's another feature here northeast of that on the western flank of the Azores High. We've got an extension of that really from the subtropics right the way up towards the southwestern UK. If we play through this loop here off the ECM model, you can see this feature then makes an approach later tomorrow and into Thursday. That feature coming out of the southwest, containing some warmth. The centre of the circulation is not going to do what the Flores did by moving across the northern UK. It's going to move up towards Iceland, but its associated frontal system will spread eastwards across the British Isles, bringing a spell of wet and windy conditions, a band of heavy precip moving eastwards. Then it's going to be followed by a legacy of blustery showers. Watching Dexter, though, the system will ride the western side of the high, but what's quite interesting about this feature here is containing warm tropical energy. It actually potentially could be boosting the pressure to the east, and this is something that's been made mention of. And at this time of the year, it can boost the low pressure systems, but it also can equally boost highs to the east and northeast of the circulation. You can see here as the feature moves in a northeasterly direction, the high is almost following it to the east of that, building up into the UK and Ireland through the course of the weekend. We are going to see temperatures into the upper 20s, I think, across parts of southern and southeastern England. That feature then will spread another frontal system, wind, rain to the northwest, and this is delivering this northwest to southeast split. Warmer, drier, sunnier the further southeast you go, the cooler, wetter, windier the further northwest you go. And that is a theme that will probably continue. And then, as we see here, moving into the early portions of next week, according to the ECM, once Dexter then clears away to the north, we're going to see higher pressure building in more bodily, according to this model here, and also potentially driving some warmer air with it up in over the UK as well as Ireland here. So if we look at the European view, you can see here a closer up view here of these systems riding around the top of the high. Then we get a piece of this high then building bodily in. That then gets deflected further east. This is the remnants of Dexter then moving to the northwest of the British Isles, keeping things a little bit cooler, fresher, more unsettled the further north and west you go. But then as that system then clears up into Scandinavia, we've got warmer air and higher pressure building in. And again, this is the time frame that was alluded to towards the middle portions of August. If we put on the 850s, you can see here that we are seeing some warmer air. In fact, the model is indicating 15 Celsius at 850, moving into the southern half of the British Isles here. But we may see more of a proper surge of warmth that we've essentially not really seen this month so far. Still early, of course, but this is an interesting chart here showing even the 20 Celsius isotherm moving into the far north of France come next Thursday. So I do expect pressure to build and conditions to become more summer-like once again as we head through the weekend and into next week, and even, as you can see here, moving towards the following weekend, which is a long way out. Of course, you can see here warmer air trying to more bodily build over the UK as well as Ireland here. So that is pretty much that. Let me just show you here the GFS Ensemble over the next 5 days. You can see here, this is how it looks here. The upper heights, low pressure to the north, higher pressure to the south. In terms of precipitation anomaly, this is how it's looking. Drier than average, generally speaking. And temperature-wise, looking like this here. Cooler north, warmer south. That kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it? This is the upcoming 5 days. Warmer central and eastern England. Cooler Wales, southwest England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, as can be seen here. But if we play through the 500s, play through the individual increments here, play back to the current period. So this is obviously Flores moving across the top of the UK, heights build behind it. Then we've got the next feature running in. You notice here that the high is continuously getting deflected to the southeast and then rebuilds again once each feature passes. And then you can see here pressure building more bodily as we move towards Tuesday the 12th of August. In terms of the temperature anomalies, and then we'll round up here because I need to get back to the house, get the stove on, have something to eat before heading out to work. This is kind of our new post-storm routine at the moment until we get power back. So you can see here the upcoming 5 days looks like this here. Play through the loop and you can see here warmer temperatures trying to build in all over the UK in the day 9 through 13. So I think that is pretty much it for now. Continue to stay tuned. I'll try and deliver as much as I possibly can given the circumstances. Stay safe and I'll see you all being well tomorrow with the European Outlook tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Bye for now.